everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tasty Food Easy. Well, today we're going to make a viewer's request. Robin has written in and has requested that I show her how to make a prawn bisque, also a seafood bisque. It's basically the same thing, just different ingredients at the end, but the stock itself is the same. So for this, what you need is about 500 grams of nice big green prawns. Keep the shells. I'll show you how to shell a prawn in a couple of seconds. We need a medium onion, we need 100 grams of butter, we need the zest of half a lemon, we need smoked paprika. We're going to use about a teaspoon, maybe 2 teaspoons of that. You need some sort of alcohol, which I always like to have alcohol in my cooking. For today I'm going to use Tsp, Canadian clove. We've got some bay leaves, we've got a nice clove of garlic, we've got some black peppercorns, and to finish it off, we've got some continental parsley. We'll also be putting in some cream at the end, and we'll also be doing a roux. Now, you know, a roux is just butter and flour, but we'll need that just to thicken up the soup just at the end. So, let's get into it. So, what I'll do is I'll chop down this onion. Now I'm just going to grab the pot and let's pop the peppercorns and the onions in. Just roughly chop the onions, it doesn't have to be too fine because we're going to blitz it all at the end and blend it all at the end. So just get the garlic, give the garlic a rough chop as well. Okay, let's pop that in. Get our butter. Now, some of that's going to be saved for the roux. Okay, just a little bit more. And let's take this to the stove. Now I thought what I would also do is show you how to peel a prawn. Some people don't know how to peel a prawn. It's very easy. You get your prawn, grab it by the head, so you'll see that there's a section there where it just connects, and just twist. That's all you have to do. The head in the bowl. Then you get your finger and put it in between its little legs and just press and peel out. And roll it around. And keep doing the same until you get down to the end. Now it depends on how you want your prawn presented. Do you want it with tail on or do you want it with the tail off? So me, for this dish, I'm going to have it with the tail off because I don't want people to be picking prawns out. But if you're throwing them on a barbie and you want, or you know, a little appetizer, then you can leave the tail on. But for this, I'm going to take the tail off. So it's quite easy. All you have to do is just pinch down the bottom and it'll just pop off. So just pinch in the bottom of the little flippers and it'll pop off. From there, get a knife, just slice it carefully down the middle, very, very lightly. I sometimes use a serrated knife because I find that's the best way. But once you slice it down the middle, just spread it apart and you just want to take that extremely horrific, as I call it, poo shoot out of the middle of it and just pull it out. And that's it done. That's a peeled prawn. Okay, now we're at the stove. Let's sweat off these onions and the peppercorns. If you haven't got one, I suggest get a microplane, one of the handiest things around the kitchen, and use that, and you can use it to grate anything. So we're just going to put the zest of this lemon in. And I've got a couple of slices of lemon over there as well we're going to put in, and I'm going to squeeze the juice into it as well. But I'll wait until it fires up before I squeeze the juice in. As you can see, it just takes the zest off. It leaves all the pith, which is the white part of the lemon, it leaves all that behind. So very, very handy. Also good for shaving down ginger as well, putting in the recipes, and garlic. Right, so as that's all sauteing down, we're whacking a good splash of our alcohol and cook the alcohol out of the alcohol. Let's throw in our couple of teaspoons of paprika. Gives it that nice orangey, peppery sort of smell and flavour. Oh, that's looking good. A little bit more. I like a little bit of heat and smokiness. Okay, let's throw in our shells. Throw everything in. We will blitz it all down at the end. And we'll just start to cook them off. Now I'm going to throw in a little bit, sorry, I'm going to throw in a little bit of chicken stock as well. I meant to mention that before. Just a touch, just enough to flavour it a bit. It's basically, I use a really nice liquid chicken stock. Put a bit of that in, and then I'm just going to cover the prawn shells with water. Now, it doesn't hurt to crush these shells and get some more flavour out of it while it's cooking. So I generally find that if you've got a potato masher, just get a potato masher in there, let's give them a bit of a crush. But again, as I said, it's going to be blitzed down at the end. Bring it to the boil. Once it's come to the boil, we'll cover it, simmer for about 45 minutes to an hour. Hi guys, while we're waiting for our prawn bisque stock to actually cook its way through, I thought I'd show you how the best way to cook clean and prepare seafood. So we've got some mussels. I've already shown you the prawns. We've got some mussels here. Now what they've got is called a beard. So what you do is you grab the beard and then just pull it to the front, and pull that beard out. Now, if they're a little bit dirty or whatever, or if they have what's called, they have these little beards and dots on them, just get either a Scotch Brite or a steel and just give them a bit of a rub. And I'm going to show you how to prepare squid now. Now, some people just cut them into tubes. I don't. I like them to go into what we call a pineapple cut. You'll see it a lot in Asian cuisine. It twists itself around and turns into a pineapple. Now, first things first, cut it open. Just give them a clean and a wash out, just to make sure that there's no grit or anything like that in the squid or any leftover in it. We'll lay it down flat. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our knife on an angle and just gently go through it, but make sure it's on an angle and try and keep it the same sort of depth and width all the way across, and make sure it's on that nice little angle as well. All the way to the end, And then, oops, I threw a bit too far there. And then just turn it 90 degrees and cut it again. Hi guys, we're just back at the stove. We're just checking up on our stock. Now, it's been going for about half an hour, simmering away just nicely. Oh, it smells nice. Oh, it smells beautiful. Now, I'm just going to put in some tomato paste, just a big heap spoon, just to give it a bit more richness. Sorry, I forgot to mention that at the start, that we do this step. So, just a nice dessert spoon. Maybe just a touch more, just to give it a little bit of grunt. I'm going to give it a touch more water in here now, and we'll just keep it cooking down. So just about another 500 mils at the moment. Just turn it back up, bring it back to the boil. Yeah, we're cooking for another half hour. Okay guys, we're back here at the stove and see how we've gone. Our 45 minutes is up. Oh, that's looking beautiful. Alright, time to turn it off and let's let it cool down a little bit, and then we'll get the blitzer out and we'll blitz it. Actually, the tell you the truth, I'll blitz it now. Get out the handy bar mix. Hi guys, now we've finished doing the blitzing, so now we're going to actually be doing the real intricate part. So what this is I've got a fine strainer there. Actually, to tell you the truth, I need to really use that one in there as well. So I've got these two strainers, and I've got, if you don't have muslin cloth, then get a chucks, put a chucks in there, fold it in half, and then put the heavier strainer on the top, or the bigger strainer on the top, just so it'll catch all any of the large lumps. And then let's start pouring and see what happens. We've done our nice little straining of the stock, and that stock is looking beautiful. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually do a little bit of a roux in this pot, just so we can thicken the stock up just a touch. So basically what we're doing is just putting a nice little knob of butter in, and then we're just going to put about the same amount of flour in there once that's melted. And then we'll just cook that off for a bit, and then we'll pour our stock in, and that'll start to thicken up, then we'll put our seafood in. Make sure that all the mussels are open, and your fish and everything is cooked. Get our bowl. Looking yummy. Get a couple of nice mussels out. Put them on the top. Give it a touch of cream around it. And a little dressing of some roughly chopped parsley. And that is our beautiful seafood bisque. Okay guys, make sure that you season these things all to taste, and I'll see you again soon.